Recording in progress. It's
Yes,
in
sir.
progress. It's
We
so
are now
alive. It's
streaming.
alive. It's alive.
Woo.
Right?
Yes.
Cool. Rock and roll. So, yeah, so I did Golden Ticket Day in the base or in the warehouse today. It's kind of cool. There's some new
Nice.
shit out there. I helped put out like, I don't know, 50 or so new long boxes.
Nice.
Plus, Todd has stupid pricey books there, like FF1 for $14,000.
Oh,
There's a Hulk 181 for 2,600, I think,
oh,
graded.
that's not too bad.
There's some other good stuff up there.
What's the grade on that?
I don't remember. I didn't look. I didn't care. I was trying to read books for this. And then we have a ton of these awesome. This is like a non-promoed premiere. We have all of these amazing DC convention exclusives. So if you've been looking for one, and I mean, I'm talking exclusives that were for shows that never actually happened because they were slated for 2020.
Oh,
Yeah. So
nice.
we got a real cool secret stash in. Make sure you guys come out to the warehouse sale and check it out. That's all I'm going to say
You're
about
making
that.
you're making me want to go to the warehouse on my day off. That's not cool, man.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be there tomorrow, all day tomorrow. Well, not all day. I'll be there till 6 tomorrow. I'll be there till uh till I'll be there till like 5 tomorrow, 5:30, and then I'll be there all day Saturday, and then I won't be there Sunday because I'll be at the mills for McFoley.
Yes.
So don't forget about McFoley coming. It's gonna be good times. So
Hopefully.
last weekend though, I hopped over to our friends at K&J and picked up some cool back issues. They were doing a 30% off back issue sale. And their back issues count Silver Age. So
Wow.
So pulled right out of the box, Iron Man 30,
Nice.
Flash 159, Flash 157, Flash 156, Flash 152, Swamp Thing 11,
Wow.
Swamp Thing 14, Saga of Swamp Thing 1,
Ah,
Saga
nice.
of Swamp Thing 23, Swamp Thing, Saga of Swamp Thing 7, Saga of Swamp Thing 4, and Saga of Swamp Thing 3. And I got
Wow.
all of that after the discount was like $150 of tax. So
Wow.
not bad. Very happy about that.
Oh, making me bring up my stuff that I got here.
Hell yeah.
Well,
It's like show and tell for the first
I
5
was
to 10 minutes every week.
I was on a quest for something for Mick Hassan.
Okay.
I was looking for the Chaos comic that was done. Lo and behold, they have it at the waterfront, and I hope Hibbert sent it to me this week, and I'll see it. Because if not, I'm screwed. I don't have anything for him to sign.
I mean, it might be no, it would be in the van right now.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay.
Remind me tomorrow after 5 o'clock, and I'll
Okay.
go. Or
I'll
just
message you.
remind me tomorrow in like the mid-afternoon, and I'll go look for it.
All right.
So,
But last weekend was a very horrific weekend for me travel wise because between the Swifties in Pittsburgh, I couldn't go into downtown Pittsburgh. But also on my end of the way, it was the air show at Lake Trobe Airport.
oh, yeah.
So I had to do me and the wife. We're like, okay, we're going to roundabout this. So we stopped into Johnstown in the Galleria, which I have to say, I understand what they're doing with it. It's not too bad, but it's very, very abandoned millsy. But there's some cool things in it. There's a skating rink in it now. They knocked out 2 stores and put a skating rink in. But there was a Jay's comic and game shop, and it was the only game shop all weekend that didn't have a Lord of the Rings pre-release, by the way. Because they had they're not, the woman that was there explained that they were not certified.
They just opened there, right?
Yeah.
So they are out of Bellefonte, and my buddy Matt is one of the owners. You met him at State College.
Okay. Well, there was a helpful older lady. The wife found a bunch of maximized Max issues that she was looking for. I found some, I was still collecting some amalgam stuff. I found the exciting X Patrol for $1.
That's awesome.
And then this one was the coup de grace here. X-Men Annual 14.
Ooh.
First official appearance of Gambit. Fight me if you argue otherwise, because he is in this book several different ways. So just because he's not on the cover, it does not mean this is his first official appearance. I got this for 50.
Yeah, 266 is just more cool because it's his first cover.
And to be fair, it is a nice cover, but it is not.
It's very cool.
Is the 180, 181 argument, but this thing is beautiful. The spine is still like, it's not smashed. This has like 9496 candidate. And, you know, I looked over on this. I'm like, this was clean. This wasn't dirty. Actually, you probably could use a clean and press, and it'd probably make it even better.
Jeez.
But crazy. I was like, 50? Yeah, for 50.
Nice. Not bad at all.
I was continuing the search. I tell you what, the Chaos comic, to find the Mankind Chaos, super hard apparently. Every shop we went to,
you know, that one was sent to the mills, right?
Huh?
You know, there was one that was sent to the mills from Elwood.
No.
Yeah. So Ryan probably just put it somewhere and it's floating in the ether. I'm just letting you know.
Remind me to smack Ryan.
Just go digging for it. I swear to God, one got sent to every store.
I was going to say, I looked under our back issue. It wasn't in our back issues, so I don't know what he did with it. I bet you anybody put in the dollar bin.
No, I don't think he would do that. But double check, because I'm pretty positive that we sent one to every store. Pretty positive.
Yeah.
All right.
But so we worked our way around. Went to Phantom of the Attic in Monroeville.
Nice.
We got to Monroeville. They didn't.
How's Roy doing?
Pretty good. We got there like with a 45 minutes before they closed, but couldn't find it there. But however, I did find 2 books here that actually complete runs that I wanted to get done.
Oh yeah.
I got The Demon #9.
Nice.
I now have the full set of the original volume of The Demon from Jack Kirby.
That's awesome.
So, and it's a really nice copy too. It's actually better than most of my other copies of the set.
Right.
I got that for $8. And then this one's for my silly thing I like with Captain America. I was trying to complete the Man and Wolf series in Cap America. I was missing one
like
issue.
Like the Man Wolf stuff.
Yeah, Wolf Cap.
Yeah,
Cap
Wolf Cap. Yeah.
So
you knew what
I finally, huh?
You knew what I meant.
Yep. So I finally found first official appearance of Capwolf. 405.
Cap Wolf.
So
Cap
that was the
Wolf.
last I needed. I had all the other issues, so now I have it, and I got that for like $4. So
that's awesome.
I mean, all in all, it was a kind of a cool day. Like we had time, going around, but it definitely was not the find the Chaos comic. I did find a bunch of the Undertaker ones, but I already had all of them. So
right. It happens. So no, it's good. It's good. So hold on, I'm trying to find where the hell I can get that audio to change over. Oh, I know where it's at. So all right. So as you guys know, sometimes I write new music. So this is just really funny, and we're gonna do this before we whoops, my bad. Before we switch to talking about comics, I gotta get the song prepped though.
Is this our official
No.
section?
No. It leads into another thing. So, all right. So first, let me. Oh, there we go. Share sound. Yes, share the sound. Okay. So, we just need to listen to some of this. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. So I wrote this last night. I recorded the whole thing, and even Todd liked it, which was weird. Right?
Interesting.
Yeah, right? So, hold on. It's going to get to a part, and I'm going to be like, I want you to think about this certain thing. It's almost there. It's the part after this. Does this not sound like an evil spy movie?
Evil Mission Impossible.
Right? Okay. So, all right. So I said that to a friend of mine, and this motherfucker sends me, he goes, AI thinks it would look like this. Right? And I lost my shit. And then this thing, whatever that, it's like, it also thinks it looks like this. So I just thought it was really funny that he plugged them into AI and that's what spit out. And I'm like, that's hilarious. I was like, oh, it does kind of look like a spy movie.
Yeah. If James Bond was metal.
Right? If anybody listening actually wants to hear more of my music, just let me know. I'll send it to you. I don't have any lyrics and I don't have any solos on them, but I got I don't know, 10.
I was gonna say, I know you usually send them to me.
I did. I sent you that one last night.
Yep.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. I need 3 more, and then I will legitimately try to put lyrics and solos on them all. Nice. And then it's gonna be crazy. All right. Let's talk some comics, and then we will talk about
Invasion and Kraven.
Secret Invasion and Kraven. That's what I was like, what the hell were we talking about? All right.
Yep.
My first book is Camp Pickens, #1 from Archie. This is actually pretty funny. Because it's pretty much like the Archie guys talking about a camp, and it's almost like they talk about specific horror movies, but they put the characters into it. Like Betty gets pulled to the bottom of the lake in one, and then they're fighting giant roaches in another one, and
so it's kind of like a horror-esque.
Yeah, and then there's a Jason-ish one.
Nice.
Oh, that's
So
more
after
giant
what,
bugs.
the zombie life of Archie, they're going to start doing that.
Well, they've been doing these Chilling Adventures Presents, which is also a Chilling Adventures Presents.
Ah,
And it's a lot of fun. It like if you like short stories and you just want to like check it out and you like horror movies, this is a good one to have. I recommend it. It's just a lot of fun. Like that's pretty much it. That's a quick read, quick review. A lot of fun. Check it out. What's wrong?
nothing.
Okay. You look like
Uh,
you're reading like a text that's gonna be like, I'm gonna kill somebody.
No, no.
I was
I'm
like,
just
what did
like
Harry
double
do
checking my
now?
notes. Double checking
Oh,
my
okay.
notes here.
It's like, what did Harry do now? Jesus, come on.
No, he was in yesterday, and me and him were. He brought his uncle's drone, Matt's drone, so we were
Mm,
playing with the drone. We
nice.
got some really cool angles of Derry with like
Oh
just as
yeah?
the train was coming through. Really cool
Hmm,
shots. So
that's
it was
awesome.
kind of cool. Yeah. And then he's off to his music festival in Massachusetts right now.
Oh,
He's
which one?
having, I have no idea. It's whatever kind of music he listens to. It's nothing you and I listen to.
Hey, I listen to a lot of shit, sir.
So do I, but Harry has this old man mentality where he's like, I like smooth jazz. I'm like, dude, you're not even 25. You shouldn't know what smooth jazz is yet. So
That's not true. I knew what smooth jazz was at 25, but I was also in band in high school.
yeah, so is
So
he. So is he.
yeah, yeah.
So, Anyway, my first book is Ultimate Invasion #1. Um, Now you were telling me here like I'm not interested in the Ultimate Universe. I'm not either, but I always give Hickman a shot, like reading Hickman stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the beginning of the X-Men. I thought his premise for that was awesome. So I'm like, I want to see what he does with this Ultimate Universe and them bringing it back.
So I'm gonna make a really terrible joke.
Okay.
The all those people who are excited about Hickman being on the Ultimate Universe at least know that it'll be around for a while because he takes for fucking ever to tell a story. All right, I'm done. Go ahead.
True. Anyway, it starts off with you're in the 616 universe. And you
You're
see
in the
these
616, huh?
yeah. But there's this band of criminals. It looks like they're just robbing a bank with high-tech weapons. And they're they basically have weapons that make them invulnerable and all this kind of stuff. And they break in, and the guy, even the people they were holding hostage are like, this isn't a bank. And they're like, we know. And they're like, okay, where's this going? They break into this, I guess it was a prison. And who
Oh.
is it imprisoning but Ultimate Mr. Fantastic?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently somehow he hired these guys to break him out of his imprisonment. And they're like, well, where's our money? Blah, blah, blah. And he's sitting there putting together like they give him all his equipment back. He puts on his little headgear, and actually the art in this of his face and everything's really cool. So shout out to the artist for that book. I really like the art in this. So I'm going to be, especially close-ups of faces seem to be really detailed, really cool. So
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. As they're helping him with this, they're like, look, man, if you're not going to give us the money, we're going to leave you here and we're going to go leave. And he's like, no, I got your payment. And of course, he tricks them. He ends up somehow slamming them all together to look like a clone of himself where he was as a prisoner. It's like a really gross kind of way to get rid of these guys. They basically mush together and like constitute into a version of him, like a clone of him. I'm like, okay, starting off real gross. Let's see where this goes. As the book continues, he steals different artifacts from across the 616. Of course, the council gets together and they're like, what are you doing? And this is like everybody, Doctor Strange, Xavier, Iron Man. You're like, he steals from everybody, including his the 616 Mr. Fantastic. And they're like, where are you going? You have nowhere to go. And he's like, that's not true. He's like, I'm going back out and finding the universe, finding my universe. And we're like, okay. I was like, unless I recall, his universe was destroyed like all the other ones were. But before he does make a stop to Miles Morales. He finds him and he starts talking to him, and he calls him a brother, because he's like, we're both from the same dimension. We're probably the last two survivors of this dimension.
Right.
He's like, would you like to come with me and come back home? And he's like, Miles is like, I'm good, man. He's like, well, he's like, just in case you need me. He gives him a blank card. He mushes off to the this new universe he stops by, and like there's a flashlight. Nobody knows where he goes. They can't find him because he's as genius as the regular Mr. Fantastic. Right. He's just nuts.
Yeah.
So we arrive in the universe 6160, and you see Peter Parker and Liz in the science building, where the Peter's origin starts up. And you see the spider just about to bite Peter. And next thing you know, you see a pair of tweezers grab the spider, put it in a tube, and Peter's like, hey, what's going on? And you see this silhouette of a man, and he's like, well, this was about to bite you, God knows what would happen to you if something like that did. And and he was very nice, and he's like, now you two run off and go live your lives. He's like, I will take care of this. And it turns out, and they look over, and it is the ultimate Mr. Fantastic,
the maker, if you will.
The maker. So he somehow prevents Peter from getting his powers now. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I was going to say, this book wasn't very slow, but you really have to go through and bit by bit see what's going on. But it starts off really fast for Hickman. Usually Hickman's a very slow, progressive storyteller. I see where he's going with it already after issue 1. So I want to see more of this. This is very X-Men-y, like where he started with the X-Men, where you're like, okay, I like where this is going. I want more of this. So I will give this a solid I'll give this a solid scrambled eggs with regular cooked bacon. Not perfect, but not bad.
Okay.
This was above average, because it is Hickman writing it. I like the way the art looks. It was solid art. It seemed to flow real well. So
cool. All right. My next book is Hunt, Kill, Repeat, number 4 from Mad Cave Studios. I've been praising this book the entire time. This book is absolutely phenomenal. In this episode, or this issue, we get an awesome fight between Artemis and Athena, and Athena's owl is part of the deal, and her Al's name is Cicero, and Cicero will like just like rips the shit out of Artemis, and eventually Artemis does win the fight, surprise, because it's got to continue on. The way the fight went down was really great. And then there's this whole piece with Apollo and Hermes, and like Hermes is like in this like bondage dungeon, and Apollo shows up and is like, I need you to help me, but you're not going to, so whatever. And Artemis goes to try to find Hermes to help, and he's there with like his guts literally hanging out of him. Super good. And I'm pretty sure that Hermes' wife in this universe is Medusa. We're gonna find out in the next episode or issue. Why do I keep saying episode?
In the next episode.
In the next episode. Well, that's because I've been watching a lot more TV again because things have started, like Star Trek Brave New Worlds. I still have to catch up on an episode. I'm almost caught up on all the new Beavis and Butthead, which is amazing.
I told you it was.
It was, yeah, you're right. But this book is awesome. Like I've recommended it for like the last 4 issues, and I'm gonna keep pushing it. It's very, very awesome. It's everything. It's like if Wonder Woman and Witchblade were put together, right? Because it's kind of like it's like gods and shit, but it's also very like action-y. So nice.
He's recovering from his snip.
Ooh, that sucks.
He seems to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He's like, I cannot procreate anymore.
Oh, guys, don't forget I put a poll up in the chat. So make sure you guys check it out. It's what time should we do the show next week? Currently, we have 1 vote at 8 p.m. I also put 10 a.m. and then I put noon because we did the couple at 10 a.m. I thought it was good, but we could maybe catch people at lunch at noon. I don't know. Or
that's when I'll be eating lunch as well, so I'll be stuffing my face with everybody else. So
it's fine. You can eat and talk. I've seen it done.
It's true. It's true. It just doesn't sound very appealing for a podcast. Just saying.
I don't know, man. I know people. There was this one dude who he literally eats like a bowl of ramen or something like that before every single show he does.
Ramen's different because you're not chewing. You can just slurp it up and
yeah, but like it takes like a whole half hour, and like he just does it. He doesn't say anything. He just eats for a half hour, and then then they watch the show.
Oh,
so I don't know what's going on, but it's interesting.
We're doing something wrong. My next book is Arcade Kings #2. I really love this book. I love the color. It's it just grabs you. We left off from Arcade Kings #1 of this masked kid with this like weird melon head. Find out his name's, he goes by Joe. Apparently his father was the reigning champion of this MMA. He had a little brother. It's very simplistic, but this is seems to be a very complicated family story by the sounds of it. As you continue on, you get more of the backstory. It starts with a flashback of Joe's past, which is a very disturbing training, where his father's basically telling him, he's like, just beat the crap out of your brother. And he's like, what? He's like, he gives you an opening, you beat on him. And it's definitely one of those, I choose this brother over you, this brother, this son type deal. So not really the most pleasant way to start the book, but Anyway, Joe arrives into another town, which is super dead. Um, he sees like posters of his old man. Looks like one is like someone graffitied like this goofy face on him and says blah blah, blah, the champion sucks, donkey dick, something like that on there. And he's like nice. And you're introduced to another new character by the name of Plum. She is this badass purple haired MMA fighter in this dead town. His father runs an MMA school that apparently doesn't have any students in it. It's kind of very depressing, but they get her. She meets Joe through Joe sticking up for a bunch of kids on the street where they were playing a game of his old man, like an old school game, and she got enraged and she was berating the kids for playing the game. And Joe's like, look, like, I don't like them either, but let these kids play the game, no big deal. And they start getting to an argument. As they start getting to the argument, enter Minerva, who happens to be Joe's dad's one of his minions, trying to bring back Joe, of course. Seems to be the theme. Then Joe and Plum decide to team up against Minerva. Minerva pretty much kind of hands them both their butts, but they weren't giving up either. They kept getting up. Then Minerva is setting up Joe in a trap to meet up with his younger brother, which you see like where this is going to go, where it's going to be a head-to-head brother versus brother, for their father's love or approval or whatever. I have to say this is a little bit down from the first issue, plot-wise, but I see that they're setting up for the next. Hopefully, issue 3 will be better. But the art again is very Scott Pilgrim-y, really fun, really colorful. I will give this a hard-boiled egg.
Fair. Oh, yeah, shit. I forgot to rate Hunt, Kill, Repeat 4. I'm gonna give it this awesome breakfast that I had today at the Breaking Bread in Elwood, and it was an omelet with fried chicken, boom boom sauce, peppers, and bacon, a side of a side of home fries, and 2 pieces of wheat toast and hot sauce on the omelet. That's how good that book was.
Wow. Nice. Continue with the Arcade Kings. It's a couple of hard-boiled eggs with a glass of almond milk. Very, it's okay. It's obviously a setup issue, but hopefully it picks back up, because I know number 1, I gave it way more of a better rating than this one. So
right,
I will continue to keep my eye out for the next issue.
All right, my next issue is the Exercise Spectacular Wonder Woman 800 by like a million different people. I will tell you, so the Becky Cloonan part, which is most of it, is really good, and it's like Wonder Woman and like all of her Wonder Girls, like literally. What's the name of her new one? Oh, where is it? Crap. I don't read Wonder Woman or Wonder Girl anymore. It's Yara. Yara's her name. Like, she's the first one she talks to, and then you see that she's actually in a coma, and like all of the elder, like, witch women, mystical women on Theramaskia are like just kind of like she's beyond the veil. Now we just have to wait. So then you see her talking to Donna, and every time it switches to a different Wonder Girl, it's a different artist set, right?
Okay.
So like this one's very cool, and they kind of drew her in like the 90s way. And then there's the next section is where she has like giant 80s like George Perez hair, like which he drew like the hair huge.
Yeah.
But she's with Cassie, right? Who was the Wonder Girl from the New 52. And then there's one with her Artemis, who was kind of like her other Wonder Girl, right? And then it like randomly goes to like for somehow she's in Bruce Wayne's dreams, and it's kind of like teaching her what she got from being friends with Bruce after she teaches Bruce what he learned from her. And then like they're still like trying to chant and stuff to get her out of this thing, and in her brain she touches this piece of kryptonite, which then takes her to this amazingly well-drawn Jen Bartel area of this book where she's talking to Superman and about how he has to deal with the fact that he can hear everybody, he knows everybody's in pain, he knows all this shit's going on, but he has to choose, so someone has to suffer while he saves someone. And they talk about that part. Then her mom shows up and she talks about how she was made and not whatever. And then she talks to what the hell is her name? Balls. She's the Black Wonder Woman that's on the shelf right now.
Is it Nubia?
Nubia, that's it. I was like, it begins with an N.
I was gonna say
Daryl Banks drew some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
didn't he like basically invent her or
no, he just drew her. And then it goes into this really, really cool part, which is a future part where John is full Superman, Damian is full Batman, in like the cool, like the Batman 666 issue where you see him like in the trench coaty style thing. And if we thought he was a dick when he was a kid, holy shit, is this well written. He says something like, so John goes, since we were kids, you always got me in trouble. And he goes, I'm the son of Batman, heir to the demon. I was never a kid. And I'm just like, yep, that's right. Because they're waiting on Lizzie, who is Wonder Woman's daughter, who goes by Trinity. And they talk about how like they had to babysit her growing up and stuff like that. And they go through like this cave of hell or something, cave of death, to try to find something. The storyline gets really good, and it sets it up for the new Wonder Woman #1 by Tom King coming up, which will feature Liberty. And I will give this book, I'm giving this book the tremendous 12. It was that good. So 4 pancakes, 2 scrambled eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, 2 hash brown, potato, and 2 pieces of sausage and bacon. Sorry. Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's a lot. Look it up. If you've never been to Perkins, get the tremendous 12. It's like the like one of the best breakfasts ever. And I only say because this book wasn't just awesomely well written and drawn, it was a lot of stuff. Like it is
Yeah.
packed as an exercise book, and that's why I liked it.
There
So
you go.
yeah.
All right. Well, that's hard to follow up, but I will try.
Sorry.
I decided to give Incredible Hulk #1 a shot here. Now I know everybody was very disappointed with the last volume of Hulk. I don't disagree, but so far in issue 1, I think they're coming back to what made it good, from Immortal Hulk. So it starts out. You see a bunch of archaeologists in an ancient tomb. It's somewhere in Iraq, I think it said. As they're looking through, they're thinking they're going to find treasure and, regular human mummies. They find monsters mummified and a giant headless monster on a throne mummified. And they're like, what is this? What is this? Well, one of the archaeologists all of a sudden transforms, like almost does the Evil Dead type thing where her eyes go white and then all of a sudden she starts speaking a different tone of voice and then instantly transforms into this creature that ends up like eating the rest of the archaeologists, and then goes on to say, I'm out. The green door is open or closed or something. The green door is closed, and they keep the reference of the green door, for those who don't remember, is Immortal Hulk and the green door. So right off the bat, we're going back to what made Immortal Hulk good, is with dealing with the green door. Now, flash forward, Bruce is in a diner. Why is he always in a diner? It seems like he always is in a diner somewhere. He's in a diner, and of course, he's, his nervous, I don't want to be stressed out type thing going on. He gets some food, feeds this little dog that's kind of afraid of him, but they're sort of kind of not sure what's going on. But all of a sudden, as the waitress is handing him his change, all of a sudden he starts hearing voices he's hearing voices, but it sounds like it's coming from the waitress, but I think it's more in his head. And of course, all the lettering is green, and it's Hulk talking to Banner, saying, you shouldn't have come here, blah, blah, blah. So of course this freaks Bruce out. So he starts running into the woods because, there's a diner in the middle of the woods. Now there's like a side thing here with, you're introduced to a new character, Charlene, who's basically a poor girl, trying to get away from her abusive, alcoholic father, by trying to fix up this car, and she's going to go run away. Of course, the father wakes up, tries to kill her. It's very the female version of Bruce Banner of getting smacked around. So she runs into the woods. You see where this is going. At the same time, the archaeologist that turned into a demon is with a bunch of other demons that are disguised as humans. They're also hunting for the Hulk. Again, you're getting more references to the green door. You see Bruce wakes up, and he's not sure what's going on, and like it's almost like the Hulk is forcing his transformations now. Like it's almost back to where it was when the Immortal Hulk of the transformation is very grotesque. And the FBI is like surrounding him and they're trying to calm him down. He's like, don't worry, brute, like Stark's coming, he's gonna, well, next thing you know, he transforms and he's like, well, you tell Stark to leave me alone. So we're getting back to some old school Hulk of leave me alone. I just want to be left alone. At the same time, Charlene's father ends up wrecking the car that she fixed while he was trying to run her over. So Charlene takes the opportunity to be like, leave me alone. And she starts hitting her abusive father while he's like, basically, trying to recover from the car wreck. The father later gets eaten by the monsters, by the way, which is hilarious. And appropriate.
Indeed.
So the Hulk returns. She beats on her dad here. I took a lot of notes for this one. There was a lot going on in this issue. Then I'm going to call these guys the Monster Squad because it seems like this is what it's going to, a lot of monsters seem to be doing. Well, the head monster, who was the one that we were introduced at the beginning of the book, starts calling on all monsters in the Marvel universe and basically puts out a John Wick hit list, like a hit on Hulk. Everybody converged to Hulk, and you see every monster in the Marvel universe in a mini panel. You see Man-Thing, you see, like everybody you could possibly think of, like kind of looking up to the sky, hearing this call. And then the book ends with Charlene running into the Hulk. So far, I am liking where this is going. This has some potential to be some really cool stuff. I'm going to give this a solid, I'm going to say a omelet with mushrooms in it, a little bit of cheese, 3 things of bacon, and 2 slices of toast. This was a solid, well done book. The art was above average. I hope they clean it up a little bit. It was very dark. So, and I mean that not just the theme, I mean dark as in general, trying to read it because half the panels were in black. But it was good. I like where this is going. I hope this is the start of a solid volume for the Hulk. And I can't wait to see where it goes from there. And we'll just wait for John to come back. Sorry, guys. But overall, I really did enjoy, I enjoyed all the books that I read. The Arcade Kings was a little slow, but in general, I see where the potential is. I just hope they don't drop the ball. I think that's an unfortunate thing in a lot of stories we've been getting lately from Marvel, but I think they have to step it up this year, especially this summer. So,
all right, sorry.
No problem.
What'd you give it as breakfast?
I gave it a mushroom and cheese omelet with 2 pieces of toast and 2 pieces of well done bacon. I see the potential where this is going.
Yeah.
Like I can see like them bringing the old school back. I can see where they're bringing the Immortal Hulk stuff into it. I don't see where the Donny Cates stuff is in this yet, which they said you were telling me that they're going to try to emulate that.
No. The Donny
But-
Cates stuff continued from the Al Ewing stuff, because the whole thing was like he was like piloting the Hulk like from inside the green door,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So
But
yeah, and like I know it got like really off track, and then Donnie had to bow out, and a bunch of people
Yeah.
had to fill in, so whatever. But anyway,
yeah, but I like where this is going. I like this seems to be very old school Hulk, and I mean old school as in like this is like the Silver Age kind of Hulk stuff where he's going to be battling a lot of these heavy hitters, which I
Mhm.
think we've kind of been missing that for a long while now. They haven't done it in a long time. Not that it wasn't monotonous back in the day, but I think we could use some of a little bit of the old school in this. But
right.
they mentioned the green door, I want to say 6 or 7 times in this book. So
That's
this is
awesome.
going to be, like I said, this is going to be good. I hope it's good. Let's keep the fingers crossed here. So
And keep it in the family. I mean, wait, what? Sorry.
try to do drinking, man. You're trying to spit all over the place.
No. Before we started, while I was eating dinner, my wife was watching this prank show with Johnny Knoxville in it, and the prank was that these two people were getting married, but they were brother and sister, and
Oh God.
yeah, right.
Why?
So right, so there's that, and the like when they get married, once they're like married, the band starts playing this song, and it's like it's something about keeping it in the family, like because your sister's now your wife and something blah blah blah. And I was like, what?
Wasn't that a Megadeth song? Keep it in the family.
No, it was that was an Anthrax song.
I swear, Megadeth did one too.
Oh,
Something
Megadeth
about
might have.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me double check. I don't think
I
so.
think it's
though.
in cryptic writings. Actually, it's either
Hold
cryptic
on.
writings or euthanasia. It's in one of those two.
You are correct. Well, no, it's called Family Tree,
Tree.
and it's
Yeah, but
on
the chorus is
euthanasia.
keep it in the family. It's in the lyrics. I know that for sure. Because it's very creepy. It's a very creepy song.
But keep it in the family tree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's not the way he sings it though.
The
He's like,
secret of the family
"In the
tree.
Yeah.
When you hear them say, "Trust me, don't wait to see what's next." Wow, that's really
It's dark.
it is.
Euthanasia
Yeah.
was a very dark album for Dave.
Oh, I know. I actually like Euthanasia quite a bit. A lot of people give it shit. I really like that record.
I liked it. I like Train of Consequences. It's
super great. All right. So now we're gonna talk about the Kraven trailer, and then we'll talk about Secret Invasion #1 or first episode. So
speaking of Train of Consequences,
good lord. So I watched the Kraven trailer, and the first thing I said to somebody was, I can't believe this looks worse than Morbius. And I think it does. I think it looks worse than Morbius. However, I think I'm going to go into it with the same mindset I did for Morbius, which was I have no expectations that this is going to be good. If this looks like a high-end Sci-Fi Channel movie when it's done, they've won. They made it good. But do I really want to actually see this garbage train wreck? No. So like I don't like the whole like mob presence in it. Like, I don't know. It just seems dumb.
Okay, I'm coming from this angle as a non-Spider-Man fan. Now, the only thing that I remember from Kraven, and that's from back in the 90s with Spider-Man animated series. And he's a grown man at this point. Now, according to the trailer, like that we watched, his transformation should happen while he's a kid or a teenager-esque type. So I don't know how accurate that is to his origin. I don't know. Again, I don't follow Kraven. I don't follow Spider-Man enough to know all of his enemies except like, you know, the big ones. I don't consider Kraven a big one. I consider him like the B tier. But if I didn't know this was Kraven, this seems like a really kick-ass movie. Like very action, very bloody. It looks good. As far as that end goes, like if it's something, I'm gonna say, if it's kind of like this generation's version of Commando, where he just kills a lot of people several different ways, you know, for vengeance, you know, and that's the plot, I'm okay with that. But I see where a lot of people are going to be upset because they're like, we don't get why you're doing this. We don't get why you have to make a Spider-Man villain and flesh out an origin unless he's going to be part of this Sinister Six. I'm assuming this is big picture. We're going to see the Sinister Six eventually. Like we're going to have a Michael Keaton Vulture. We're going to have the Michael Morbius. We're going to have Kraven. We're going to have Venom if Venom becomes a bad guy in this. But I don't know if they want to get the general audience who doesn't know this, like any comic books or whatever. They're trying to introduce them into the characters.
So here's
I don't understand Sony's thinking. I don't.
So in the comics, like when he needs to ramp himself up, right, and get more strong and see real far, run faster and shit, he drinks a potion that he makes from jungle herbs. Okay. In this movie, we see lion's blood mixed with his, and then all of a sudden his eyes change to lion's eyes. Like,
so he's literally the Charlie Sheen of the MCU. Is this what we're saying? Yeah.
He's like, this is gonna be like the best looking Beastmaster movie I've ever seen. Right? Like Beastmaster. That's how I feel.
I'd rather see a Beastmaster movie, to be honest, because I love Beastmaster.
Cheers. 100%.
But like I told you, like before we started here, like the actor that they got was, for those who don't know, this is the dude that played Quicksilver. And I have to say, I give him props.
Whoa, sorry. He wasn't Quicksilver, he was Pietro. Because they weren't allowed to call him Quicksilver.
Why were we allowed to call him Quicksilver?
Because they used Quicksilver and Peter in the X-Men movies. That's why they only could refer to him as Pietro.
Well, and that's since why Marvel owns it anyway, who cares?
Well, that's why it took them until WandaVision to call her the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. But anyway, I give him the actor credit. It looks like he's really trying. He's not like Jared Leto, where he's just like, I'm just going to do my Jared Leto thing, and I'm just going to act the way Jared Leto acts. I give him credit. Wow. He looks like he really tried for this role. Like he is stacked. He really went through. I think him and Hugh Jackman probably worked out together. You know, like the Wolverine training routine there, because he did not look like that in Age of Ultron. Not anywhere near that kind of body there. Right? So props to him, man. He really must have worked his ass off. I hope it works out for him because I actually like him as an actor because I've seen him in other things, and he's a solid actor.
I like it. I want it to succeed for that guy specifically.
Yes.
Everybody else in that movie, I don't really care about.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, even Russell Crowe.
This is like Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe could like be in the worst movie ever, be like, yeah, but it's Russell Crowe. Who cares? Because it's Russell Crowe. He's like, right? I was Gladiator. And then like everybody's like, oh, you're that guy.
I was Gladiator, he says.
Yeah. I was Gladiator.
Wow.
And I beat up a bunch of people in the hotels. That's what I'm known for. Although I think he's too old to be doing that now.
Right.
And he can't be worse than playing Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder. So
yeah.
So let's see where he goes. But I really have to question Sony. It's like, look, if you guys are so hard up, just make Marvel/Disney pay you a huge lump sum. Let us take these characters off your hands. Stop ruining these characters, please. Because at some point, you're going to put out a movie and no one's going to come and see it.
Okay, so here's where it gets weirder. So there's a rhino in it.
Yes.
And a chameleon in it.
Okay. I don't know.
Chameleon had to be the guy at the end, like with his arm being all weird. But
no, I think the arm being all weird is the rhino.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it's a gray. It's a gray skin tone.
Oh, please, God, let it be like a Venom suit. Just kidding. Just kidding. Please don't ever.
Well, is it better? It's better than the mech one. Let's just say that.
No way, man! That thing was awesome. That thing was cool. All right. Anyway, so I'd probably not going to see Kraven unless I get a screener pass. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, it's like this is a Todd. Here's a free. Okay, cool. I'll go see it. But no, yeah, definitely not on my list of seeing stuff.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about Secret Invasion. So I will preface this with saying that if you are a fan of the original Secret Invasion comics, this is not that Secret Invasion. It is very, at least not yet.
Yes.
But unless there's a Skrull Queen, I'm not going to give a shit. I don't care how well they do it. If they gender swap the Skrull Queen for some dude, I'm going to be really mad. Just throwing that out there. I like that it has ties to Captain Marvel. I like that it has ties, or like I like that it picks up Fury and kind of brings him back into the limelight again. I didn't like that it has this weird vibe that's similar to Falcon Winter Soldier, where I feel like it was either edited weird or there were reshoots. So
did they have problems with this?
I don't think so, but it feels like that from the way it's edited, I think.
Or I'm just like stuff.
Yeah, or I'm just like, I really don't want to hear more about Russia and nuclear areas in Russia. So
we hear more too much about that as is in real life. But I hear a lot of the complaining on the interwebs that they're like, there's no superheroes, this is gonna suck. I don't care. I'm like, look. I'm like,
Nick Fury, super spy. Hello.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't want to see, Nick Fury. And to be fair, he's had a lot of iconic moments in the MCU. So let's tone it down. I liked it. I mean, heck, are we doing spoilers or spoiler free?
You can do spoilers. I'm good with that.
I mean, heck, you started off the end of that. You lose Maria Hill right off the bat.
Right.
That is.
Or was it Maria Hill? Trust no one.
Yeah.
Who do you trust? That was the best line. The best line in the show is when they said, "Who do you trust?"
Yeah.
Because that was the tagline from the comics.
Yeah.
So,
but it's pretty well. If she's dead, she would have reverted to her scroll form too. So,
maybe.
but we don't know. We don't know. That's the way it ended. The episode ended, and I'm like, damn, because she's been a part of the MCU for a while, since phase one. So,
yeah,
I'm like, wow, okay, we're starting off here. Usually a death like that. Actually, technically, there were two deaths.
Yeah.
Well, two monumental deaths.
Yes.
But
3 deaths.
Three? Well,
there's two at the beginning and 1 at the end.
There were 2 that mattered to MCU fans, I should say.
Oh yeah. Sorry. So but
that's what I meant by monumental.
But there's 4 total deaths in the show.
Not counting the people who died during the bombing stuff.
Right.
So,
right.
Because then that's like, okay, we'll quantify it and need hundreds, but I didn't mind it. Spy stuff is slow. Just we'll see how many episodes is this?
6.
6. Okay.
If it's not picked up by the end of the next episode,
I was going to say next episode they got to start ramping. Yeah, they got to ramp second episode hard. But I didn't mind it. I like the intro to Fury. I like the intro to the MI6 and how their shields losing. Swords losing their shit.
Hold on. Do you think we're gonna get Pete Wisdom?
I don't know.
Because we have MI6. Are we gonna get motherfucking Excalibur out of this?
Captain Britain.
Dude.
We get a Captain Britain.
Excuse me while I put down my nerd boner for a moment.
We get a Captain Britain, that'd be kind of cool. I think you'll probably see some heroes at the end, like the last, like episode 5 or 6. You're going to see someone of importance. I don't know who, but you'll see someone.
Union Jack. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with Union Jack showing up.
So, or we get the appearance of some Soviet superheroes.
That'd be cool.
So they're in contract, so there is that chance.
That's true.
But I see where they're going with it. I like this. This would have been better last year. I think this could have worked out better last year when everybody was still kind of hyped up. I feel like this is one of those things of we're putting hopes in a basket and we'll see where it goes. I think last year, this would have been a better thing last year.
I don't disagree, but I also think that people are. I think the pandemic really hurt superhero movies in general. I definitely think it hurt the MCU because I think people were like, at least where it ended for the MCU people, like right after Endgame, was well timed, right? It was very well timed because the next movie we waited for was Black Widow.
Yeah. After what? Pushed twice?
Yeah. And that was not very good. That's like probably in my top my bottom.
I would say
probably 5. Bottom 3, bottom 5 for sure. Like it was real garbage.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They rushed it. But
it's not that they rushed it. It's like the question is, would it have been as good or worse or better had it come out when it actually was supposed to?
I don't think it would have changed much.
If it wasn't at all, I think people would have liked it better.
I think they hyped it so much, and then they were like, "Oh, we have to push it back," and then they tried to rehype it, and people weren't having it.
And then they were like, "We're just going to give it to you for free on Disney."
Yeah.
So,
and then now this year with the writer strike still going on. Them pushing stuff back again.
Oh yeah.
Now what the we should have brought this up in news as well. No Marvel presence at San Diego Comic-Con. That's not good.
Yeah. Yes and no.
But that's where they always
like,
make big announcements to San Diego Comic-Con.
Right. That is different. I will bet you Marvel Comics are there though.
Probably. Now I'm not doubting that, but like where got this.
But you're not going to have like Feige standing there telling everybody new shit.
That's that's where our mutual friend Pittsburgh Iron Man Shannon was she's like, well, I'm definitely glad I'm not going now. And that's going to be that's a hit. And now I guess HBO isn't going. Universal's now doing it. And I'm like, San Diego Comic-Con gonna disappear now.
No, sir. It's gonna actually be a con about comics this year. That
hasn't been a con for comics. that hasn't been a con for comics in like 30 years.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
30 years, man. That's
yeah. So San Diego Comic-Con goes back to being about comics after almost 50 years of that show.
I was gonna say that they lost a shit ton of vendors. I know a lot of vendors that used to go there. They don't go there anymore. So
hey, maybe this year will be different, and maybe this year people will show up and buy stuff. Like it's not like they can go to other panels. So they're gonna go to panels with comic creators. What?
No, not that.
The comic creators that aren't SAG members. But or the Writers Guild, sorry.
Yeah, there's too much up in the air. So we'll see what happens. If also Flash flopped, they said it made less money than Black Adam, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, ooh.
You know what? Listen, people, listen. We all know that Ezra Miller is a piece of shit, but you should go to see this thing for Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is very good.
At least to our Yunzers audience, go see you will be pleased with the Michael Keaton presence.
He wears that black and gold real well.
Exactly. Man, you got to cheer for something in black and gold. Certainly ain't the Pirates, right?
Oh, weak sauce.
It's not weak if it's true.
All right. So on a downer note, we found out today that a vendor friend of ours from Michigan passed away. Roger Peterson. Roger was like the nicest dude on the planet. He was always a guy that I love seeing at shows. He always would joke with us. I remember not this last Three Rivers, but the one before that when he set up. He purposefully refused to wear his vendor wristband and put it in a lanyard sleeve and wore it around.
He was that
Todd
guy.
was so mad, and it was hilarious. But that's the kind of stuff he'd do, and he was a great guy. And I'm really gonna miss that guy. It sucks. Yeah, so that's my downer, and I'm sorry. So
it seems a lot of downers, our condolences to the crew of the Titan.
Oh yeah, that too.
Wow.
Yeah, for the family,
yeah,
of those guys.
Although I did kind of slight humor in this though. Apparently the son-in-law went to the Blink-182 concert during this, and I'm like, okay, cool, dude. I'm like, yeah. I was like, all right, but no, but else, it's sad. I know it's hard to think of them like other than just a bunch of billionaires wasting money on a project,
right?
But
here's the thing: like,
I still think of them as a human.
Yeah, but that craft went and did that thing multiple times before this. So it's not like this was they just threw a ton of money and built a toy boat and went underwater.
Yeah.
Like this is like a ship that had done it.
They did like dig into it, and they said the company who built that they said they kept having malfunctions with it constantly.
Well, it's because they were using carbon polyfiber instead of metal or some kind of steel or titanium to help seal the hull. And that, like, basically, like a professor said, if that's what the kind of wreckage you're seeing, it basically means that piece just broke, like just sucked itself inside the pressurized zone, and then it just imploded. So, which blows. That sucks. Again, condolences to the families, because that does suck. But yeah. All right. On a brighter note, remember to come to your favorite NDC this weekend on Saturday to get a whole bunch of stuff on sale. I'm talking half off dollar books, 25% off back issues, 15% off a ton of other stuff. CCGs do not count if they are sealed. At least at most stores. There may be other things around. And then come and hang out with us in McFoley on Sunday. You can pre-buy your tickets at ndcomics.com. Just click the thing with Mick's face in the scroller and you can pre-buy your tickets. It is literally that easy. You don't have to buy them ahead of time. You can buy them at the door. And that's from 1 to 4 on Sunday at Pittsburgh Mills. Do not show up at the waterfront. He's not going there. Don't go to Cranberry. Don't go to Butler.
Yes.
So,
and we do not do the whole this came up this week is do not buy a ticket the tickets are available through the Mills part.
Yeah.
You don't do it through waterfront.
You can't go anywhere else.
Can you send my ticket to the Mills? No, we're not doing that. No, no.
And it's also when you buy it online, we just email it to you, and that's your proof of purchase. So
yes, that was several questions about that as well. It's like, no, your email / receipt is your, you paid for it. So
yep. So all right, cool. Well, thanks so much, guys. We'll catch you again next week. The poll ended up being 50-50, so I guess we'll go back to doing another night one, and then we'll see what people say. Maybe we'll do the poll again. Bring your friends next week and vote. Or if you have a better time that you would like us to do this, like if 9 o'clock works better than 10 o'clock, let us know. Maybe we can make that work. I don't know. We'll see. So, all right, cool.